Willie Mullins has retained the UK Trainers' Championship. Tell me, coming here today, Willie, well done, congratulations. Did you have doubt?
Oh, totally. I mean, I could see disaster everywhere. I couldn't look at a newspaper or TV for the last 4 or 5 days because, you know, people had me, I think, from 6 to 12 to 1 on, and I just could see horse getting beat everywhere because we were running horses back quicker than we'd normally do, so you can't come here with confidence. And then for Il Etait Temps to win, a horse that hasn't run for, what, how many days? You know, I was hoping I was bringing him over here to collect some prize money, and he goes and wins the thing. So, you know, you can't predict that. You can't come here with confidence. We were, you know, it's a tough game. There's so much, I felt there was way more publicity about it this year than even last year. And
have you enjoyed that?
In one way, yes, and another way, no. You know, it's tough, and it's tough on Dan going home, but I mean, I also remember that I was second 6 or 7 times in Ireland before we were champion, you know, so it just doesn't come that easy. You think it's, as you're growing up and going through the trainers' ranks, you think, oh yeah, I've 30 winners this year, 45 next year, and up to 60 and 70. You think, okay, yeah, it's only a matter of time, which it will be for Dan, but just not as simple as you think it is when you're starting off.
Do you remember how it felt finishing second? That's not big facetious.
Yeah.
Genuine. Does that still burn in there?
Well, that's why I feel, you know, that's tough on Dan. That's why, you know, I know what it's like to feel, to be second, I think at least 6 times, if not 7. So it's tough. It's tough any time. You know, the silver medalist always thinks he's going to be the gold medal. Well, you know, sometimes a silver medalist thinks they're going to be only 4th or 5th and they get to be silver. But, you know, Dan has had 2 fantastic years. He's putting together a really fantastic yard with jockeys, with owners, and it'll all come to fruition.
The horses, the depth you've got, the different types. I mean, you know, from your bumper horses to your 2-mile novice hurdlers to your top level staying chasers now. The amount of depth across all the different realms of the jumping game is quite breathtaking from us looking in, I think. Do you feel that? Do you walk around the yard and pinch yourself?
Oh, totally. Every night we walk around the yard and walk into our barns, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, wouldn't any one trainer like to be in charge of just this barn? Because there's graded horses in every barn, and some barns, you know, 2 and 3 grade 1 horses. It's just extraordinary. And myself and Jackie, we know, we pinch ourselves, and I'm trying to say to my son, you know, don't think this is normal. This is not normal. Don't take it for granted. It's just something else. It's different, you know, for the amount of horses we have, number one. Like when we were growing up, the day I took out my license, if someone said to me, you can have 60 horses every day for the rest of your life, I'd have grabbed it. And, you know, that was the biggest trainers at that time. Back in 1986, 87, the top jump trainers had 60 horses, and maybe 1 or 2 might have had 70, but no more than that. Flat trainers at the time maybe had 100, 120. Maybe 1 or 2 had more than that, but that was it. That was how different the game is. The game is huge now. Prize money is way different. You know, staff, the amount of horses, and also the interest in jump racing is huge. A lot of people think that jump racing was always this big, and it wasn't. I think Arkell Millhouse probably brought jump racing up a huge step, and then the thing just got bigger and better all the time, and the different eras that made jump racing better.
Sure, and you've changed with the game, but dare I say you've changed the game as well. I think we always ask, how do you stop him? How do you stop Willie Mullins? But how does Willie Mullins keep going? How does he keep his foot on the throats of the opponents, if you like? Are you constantly adapting and going out to get the best horses?
Oh, well, it's not keeping the foot in the throat, it's just trying to improve myself, and every time I think, this year, have we enough horses? Have we enough of the right type of horses? And, you know, we try and buy them. And, you know, we try and have a different amount of different sections. You're lucky if they arrive. I mean, look at the Triumph Hurdle this year. We thought, you know, but they were all bought for the Triumph Hurdle. It just so happened we didn't get to run them. And then, you know, I think Pony Ross is a good horse, and he won it. But I think 1 or 2 of the horses that ran first time out in that race could possibly be better over hurdles next season. We'll see what they can all do on the flat in the meantime. You know, so things like that. We're constantly trying to keep the numbers right, and then numbers are only one thing. You've got to have quality as well, and you don't know what your quality is until you run them. I mean, we're looking at even the horse that won the last race there. I would have said he might be a star horse over 3 miles plus. He might be a Grand National horse in a couple of years' time. Little did I think at the start of the year that he'd come to Sandown and win a nice handicap.
Yeah, a couple of weeks after Ayr, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so horses just keep improving, and you'd never want to. I often think people pigeonhole horses too earlier in their career, and I'm probably guilty of that too. We pigeonhole horses and we say he's only going to be this horse or that horse, and then as the season goes, they improve, and you think, wow, I was wrong there. Il Etait Temps. I mean, look at him. I thought I was bringing over a runner to collect some place money, and he comes along and wins. But he is a proper Grade 1 horse. He's won 3 already, 3 or 4 before today, I think.
So another UK Championship in the season that your son won the Grand National. Is this best ever?
Oh yeah, best ever. I'll never better that, I think. Yeah, winning the Grand National would be best ever. That's how I was going to console myself going home. That at least we've had our day of days in Aintree, and you know, that we've had that, win or lose today, and we had that, and we'll always have that. So that's my highlight of the year.
Yeah. Enjoy this evening. We'll see you next week.
Hopefully. Thank you very much. Cheers.
I can be here until tomorrow morning through some brilliant successes, and we'll take out the celebration chase today, the Oaksey Chase as well, and a remarkable 10 victories at the Jonbon Festival.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.